Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's session. So we had been talking about communication skills as a part of the ESC program. We are done with aptitude. Now we are talking about communication skills. So as a part of communication skills, I spoke about 4 fundamental pillars of oral communication. I explained to you the communication tree. I explained to you the importance of pronunciation. Yesterday I also spoke about the problems that we face in terms of proper pronunciation. I explained how mother tongue influence is not a factor, but regional influence is a factor. We spoke about the phonetics, how city and cat being words that is starting with the same letter, giraffe and gadget starting with the same letter, but carries 2 different pronunciation or 2 different sounds. City starts with a s sound and cat starts with a k sound. Giraffe starts with a j sound and gadget starts with a g sound. And I explained to you why does this happen. It's because of English being a non-phonetic language. I explained how there are different languages which are phonetic, which means the way we spell, the way we pronounce, both are same. But when it comes to English language, the way we pronounce and the way we spell could be different. I gave you certain examples like put is put, but but is but, it's not but. So the examples that I spoke earlier, city, cat, giraffe, gadget, likewise we can have tons of examples where a particular letter may not have the same kind of pronunciation which may exist in any other word, and that is because it's a non-phonetic language. And I introduced what exactly is the reason because of which this happens. That's because of English language has different consonant sounds and vowel sounds. I explained the letters, how we have 26 letters in English alphabet system, 21 consonant and 5 vowels, but we have 24 consonant sound and 5 vowel sound. So today I am going to explain what a consonant sound is, and I will also explain the 24 consonant sounds with examples. So let's begin. So consonant sounds are the manner of articulation is how air escapes from the vocal tract when the consonant or approximant, that is vowel like sound, is made. Manners include stops, fricatives and nasals. The place of articulation is wherein the vocal tract, the obstruction of the consonant occurs and which speech organ is involved. And vowel sound are pretty straightforward. It's a speech sound that is made with no obstruction of the vocal tract. Now when you read this particular definition on the left and as well as right, it's pretty complex to understand what does it mean. Now when we look at the various consonant sounds, it's going to become easy for you. Okay, so like I said, there are 26 letters in English alphabet, but there are 24 consonant sounds and 15 vowel sounds. So please make a note of this. Even though there are 21 consonants, but there are 24 consonant sounds, you need to understand how consonant is different from consonant sounds and how vowels are different from vowel sounds. You need to master this combination of 24 plus 15 in order to be perfect with the pronunciation aspect. Alright, so these are the sounds in English language as far as consonant sounds are concerned. I am going to tell you how to pronounce these sounds. What I would suggest, if you are watching this on MANATV live, or if you are watching this on YouTube, if you're watching it YouTube live or a repeat on YouTube, if you get the link and if you want to play it again, the way we're going to practice or the way we're going to understand this is I'm going to read each and every sound and then I will pronounce how it is done. Okay, all right, let's start the first line. The first line is, it's not P, it is P. So it's P, then it's B, T, D, K, G. Let me repeat. P, B, T, D, K, G. Second line, CH is pronounced as ch. So it's ch, j, th, the, s, z, sh, zh. I repeat, ch, j, th, the, s, z, sh, zh. Fourth line, f, v, w. So there is a difference between the V and W. I'll explain to you once we reach there. It's f, v, w, h, r, y, l, and the last line m or m, n, and ng. Any word that ends with ing, this sound exists there. Now when you look at these 24, it's pretty confusing. You wouldn't be able to figure how to pronounce these. So I will include examples to help you understand how to pronounce these sounds. All right, let's start. The first one, I want to start with the first line. I'm going to make a mention of this here. Here we go. So if you look at these examples, every sound I have mentioned 3 examples. In the first example, the sound is in the beginning. The second example, the sound is in the middle. And the third one, the sound is in the end. Okay, so let's start. It's pot, p as in pot, topple, top. All right. Now let me add some more words so that you can understand it. So I'm going to reduce this font size so that I can add more examples with the per sound for you. All right, let's start. Picture, print, puddle. Puddle means whenever there is a water stagnation on the roads, like in a small hole or pothole, that's called a puddle. It's not poodle, it's puddle. Paint. Now I'm going to use certain words where the sound is in the middle. Topple, which we have already used. Couple. People. Shopping, where per is in the middle. Drop, now this sound is in the end. Stop. Top I have already used. Shop, where the sound is in the end. So wherever you see the letter P, you will have a per sound, but there is an exception. For example, if the word is photograph, so here even though we have the letter per, but it's not a photograph. We don't say photograph, we say photograph, because we have PH. Okay. Now next one is B. For example, bat, bubble, cab. Let me give you examples, some more examples for this particular sound. Brick, biscuit, brim, basket. All right. Now examples where the sound is in the middle: trouble, cobble, double. Now here the sound is in the middle, the b sound. Now examples where the sound is in the end: drib, crib, nib like the fountain pen nib, crab, we have crab. Okay, so some examples where the sound is in the beginning, sound is in the middle, and the sound is in the end. Now the next one is t sound. So let's look at certain words: table, bitter, pot. Likewise, what you need to do is you need to come up with more such examples. I just showed you how to build more examples. When you do this exercise, you end up working on your vocabulary as well. So table, bitter, pot, desk, advice, loud, kite, disclose, mask. Now when you look at this particular example, disclose, you notice the letter K is not there, but you do have the sound. So you need to be very sure you're looking at the sound and not the letter. Okay, let's have certain example where the letter will not be there but the sound will be there. Let me reduce this. For example, cat, okay, cascade, dislocate, locate, locket. Now here both the letters C and K are here. Here the letter K is not there, but still we have the sound which is K, like locate, dislocate. For example, disc. Even though the letter K is not there, but the sound K is there. So this particular letter, when we look at as an alphabet system, it's just a letter, but when we look at it as a sound, it's a K sound. So don't look at it as a letter K, but look at it as a sound. This is the fundamental aspect which you need to understand when it comes to the pronunciation in English language. You may not have exactly the same letter, but you need to understand what does the letter signify in terms of sound. Okay, say for example the K, we have examples on your screen which is dislocate, locate, locket, disc. So none of these words, or for example cascade or cat, none of these words have the letter K in it, but still it has the pronunciation which is K. So once you master this, you will be able to understand the importance of the consonant sound. Let me change the font size for you so that it's easier. The last one of the first line, which is a G sound: goat, magnify, big. Goat, magnify, big, sorry. Now the next set of sounds that I'm going to talk about is ch, j, th, the. Only 4 I'm going to take, rest I will pair it together later. Ch, for example, chain, discharge, march. Now there is an important point that you need to remember. Okay, so you will think CH, if it's together, that means it's a ch sound. For example, chain, discharge, charge. All right, so that means this. For example, some more example: perch, search, chin, cheek, cheer, chair. So all these words has ch, that means it's a ch sound. But what if I have a word which is this? What if I have a word which is this? A word which is chemistry. Can I say chemistry? No. The pronunciation is chemistry. Now here this is chrome. Can I say chrome like Google Chrome? No. The pronunciation is Google Chrome. So when you have a word, when you're comparing that, I have ch here. So let me remove this. So when I have ch, I say chin, cheek, cheer, chair. But here I say chemistry, chrome. You are obviously bound to get confused. Now the question is, why does this happen? It happens because that is how the word, the origin of the word is, that is how the pronunciation is designed. So that goes back to the root, that goes back to the origin of that particular word. The best way to understand how to pronounce these words is simple. Either you go to dictionary and look up for example. Now it may not be always possible to have a dictionary. Secondly, even if you have a dictionary, you can't understand how the pronunciation is. Now that everybody has internet or access to a system with internet, the best way to understand or learn pronunciation is Google. So I'll tell you how to do that. So open a Google page, enter the word, for example, chemistry. The moment you enter chemistry, it may not give you the pronunciation, right? So what you do, pronunciation of chemistry. What it does is, it immediately opens a YouTube page, and in the YouTube page, if you click, it will immediately give you what the pronunciation is. Now if you want to have meaning as well as pronunciation, the best way to learn vocabulary along with pronunciation is just to type meaning of the word. Just say meaning of chemistry. What it will do is, it will immediately show you the results from dictionary. Underneath there will be this particular icon. Let me zoom in the page so that you can see it clearly. So what I did, I went to Google, I just entered meaning of chemistry. It shows me the meaning of the word. It also gives me example. Now what I do is, I need to activate my speaker. So once I activate my speaker, I need to unmute it and I need to click here. So let me try and show you. So that's a sound shift. So once you click, the speaker of your system will automatically prompt how the word is pronounced.
Chemistry. Chemistry.
I'm not sure if you're able to hear this, but every time I click, it gives me the pronunciation of that particular word. So that's an easy way to learn pronunciation if you have access to a system. So please make the best use of internet. 90% of people, the moment they get a phone with internet connection, now that Jio is giving so much of data for such less price, we use that ocean of information to watch movies, to watch songs, to watch some videos on Facebook and Instagram. Instead of wasting that time, you can do that just half an hour, 1 hour a day. But you have an ocean full of information which is available for free. So you can make the best use of it and learn even pronunciation from internet. All right, let's continue. The next word or the next pronunciation that we need to understand is j. So we have ch and we have j. J, for example, joint, budget, charge. Now pay attention. The letter J is missing here for this particular word and for this particular word. So you need to be very, very sure how to pronounce it, and the best way to learn is either from dictionary or from Google. So joint, budget, charge, even though the letter is missing, but the sound is existing here. Then we have th, for example, think, breathless, bath, the, this, rhythm, breathe. So B-R-E-A-T-H-E is breathe, B-R-E-A-T-H is breath. Breathe is a verb, breath is noun. Okay. Now let's move forward. I'm going to take the next set of sounds. The first one is sir, seal, mistake, miss, z, zoo, disown, breeze, shallow, location, brush, that is for sure, and je, we don't have any word that starts with a je sound, but we have pleasure, measure, treasure, all these words where the sound is in the middle, and then we have beige where the sound is in the end. Now what happens usually is we make a mistake in terms of these two sounds. So let me quickly explain what do I mean by that. So I'm going to talk about the first one. For example, if I have the word which is student, a lot of people make a mistake and they pronounce this with a sh. Student. It's not student, it is student. All right. Now, when I have this particular word which is zoo, disown, breeze. Now this is a z sound. For example, zebra. For example, zone. For example, zeal. Okay. Now what people make a mistake is they replace the z with a j. So what they do is they pronounce this as zebra, John, Jeel. So please don't make a mistake. The moment you replace the z with a j, it's a mispronunciation. It's not zebra, it's zebra. It's not John, it is zone. It's not Jeel, it is zeal. It's a z sound. Another mistake that people do is where they add a z sound where it's not needed. For example, listen. Now the listen word pronounced as l, e, s, li. So let me add a dash after that so that it's easier for you to understand. Okay, it's pronounced at li, s, n. Listen. They replace the s with a z and they say listen. It's not listen, it's listen. Even if I add ing, it's listening. You are not listening. I'm listening to music. It's not listening, it's listening. Clear? So don't make that mistake there. Now as far as the sh and j is concerned, let me add it up here. So we have shallow, location, brush. Now if you look at this particular word, the letter S and H is missing. But every word that ends with T-I-O-N is not sh sound. For example, let me add an example here so that you can understand. So every theory that I'm going to talk about, I'm going to give you an example. For example, station. Now when I have station, I have stay, shin. The T-I-O-N, basically I can say S-H-I-O-N. Station, right? So T-I-O-N means sh, location, station. Now dislocation, all these words, T-I-O-N. Now imagine if I replace the word, I keep T-I-O-N, but I replace the first 4 letters. Here what happens is, instead of saying question, I can't say question because T-I-O-N is sh sound. No. When I have the word question, the T-I-O-N becomes ch-n. So it becomes question. Alright. So please keep this in mind. Every word is pronounced differently. You can't apply the same rule of law. Now j sound, for example, pleasure, measure, treasure, beige, all these are the words where you have the j sound. Okay. Now let's move on to the next set. F as in fun, often, tough. Now look at this. I have the pronunciation of f, but the letter f is missing. For example, if I have the word which is photograph, photography, photographer. So anything pho here, it carries the function of a f, but the letter f is not there. So you got to be careful there as well. So you need to understand how it is pronounced. Clear? V, victory, level, brave, window, swift. That is the W. So now pay attention to way I pronounce or the way I make a difference between V and W. So V, when the moment you have a letter which has the V, it's a V sound, and the saying is bite your lips, kiss your, bite your V's and kiss your W's, which means if you have a V, you will bite your lower lip. V, for example, victory, level, brave. If you have water, William, swift, window, wherever you have W, you will make an O. For example, window. I can't say it window. It's not window, it's window. So bite your V's and kiss your W's. That is a fundamental difference between the V sound and the W sound. Alright. Let's move on to the next. We have H, R, Y, L. H, for example, hollow, adhere. So wherever you have the H sound, you may or may not have the H. R. Now this R is a soft R sound. It's not R. We can't call it as ring, market, charter. No, that's not how it's pronounced. It's a very soft sound. Ring, market, charter, chapter. All right. Year, yard, mayor, toy. L, listen, island, bottle. And the last set of sounds in consonant. M, for example, money, homework, groom. N, number, hunter, listen. Ng, every time you have the letter N and G together, that's an ing sound. For example, English, ringing, ring, listening, anything that is with continuation form, ing, singing, dancing, writing, painting, playing, you have the ing sound in the end. All right. So with that, we have all the 24 sounds done. Now what we're going to do in tomorrow's session is we're going to have a list of words where all these sounds are present, and we're going to practice it, and I will also help you to identify where to find these sounds. All right. Whatever words you have which you are not sure how to pronounce, please send that to me. I will help you understand how to pronounce these words. So thanks for tuning in for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.